Oh man, it is a good time to be a global Dokkan player, is it not, folks? We are just a couple of days away from the start of the 9-year anniversary. The countdown campaign is underway. We got all this good stuff to go through, some Kais to grind, some easy A's to get, one easy A, some new events to go through, whether they're easy or difficult, some new content, and most importantly, Stupid World Tournament is done and over with. We are the furthest possible away we can be from that dumb event before it comes back. So for all those different reasons, it is a good time to be a global Dokkan player. And today we're going to be speculating on the Dokkan Now special that is coming up. Some of you guys have been asking for it in my recent videos, so you got it. What does this mean for us? What could potentially be in this Dokkan video, this video premiere on YouTube? Is it going to have some of the stuff that you're probably thinking about? Besides the 9-year anniversary, I think that there is a very good reason to think we could be getting some information on Unification 2024 for Global and JP. If you guys have been enjoying all the 9th anniversary content on the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I can actually feel the energy back on the channel. I think we have a legitimate chance to get this 90,000 by 9-year anniversary. We're just a couple of days away. So if you guys have been around for a while, you want to support your boy, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. If we could hit 90K by 9 year, it would mean so much to me. Even if we don't, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for commenting on my videos. Thank you for liking my videos. You don't understand how much it means to me. One day soon, you will. One day soon, you will. All right, so let's talk about this video presentation. It's going to be happening July 3rd, 7 p.m. PDT. Check the in-game news on your device or check the new Dokkan Wiki to find out exactly what time it's starting for you. I'll give you a rough estimate. It's going to be roughly 2 days after this video gets posted, 2 hours after Global's daily reset that day. It's a Dokkan Now special. Now, this is significant because this kind of gives us a couple of hints. Number one, this is going to be a somewhat lengthy video. Dokkan Now's volume stuff and like Dokkan Now specials typically are between like 13 to 15 minutes, something like that. So there's going to be a sizable amount of information in there. And the reason why that's significant is because during the like minor celebration detail videos that they do in like producers letter videos, they're usually about bite-sized 5 to 6 minute videos. And that's the other thing that I want to talk about. The naming scheme, Dokkan Now special versus Dokkan Now volume something something or producers letter. So if we go back to years past, we're going to just see how things were a little bit different. Someone said, I've seen some people say on social media, this is dropping very late. That's got to mean something. It really doesn't. The timing doesn't matter so much. There are other clues that do. But if we go back to year 7, literally, I think this is like the day before the celebration started. We got Clay Tom. Oh my God. Sorry. Basketball just caught me by surprise. Okay. Focus. Let me recalibrate. Okay. I didn't want Clay anyway. All right. So the producer's letter video in year 7 was first of all labeled a producer's letter. It happened a day before the celebration started. At this point, everybody who watches content, who follows social media, they already knew what was going to be coming up, right? But they still went over the bare bones stuff. They went over the celebration. They talked about that we decided to make a video for the 7th anniversary producer's letter to make it special. Yes, thank you for making it special. Talked about music, figure arts. They talked about the characters. They talked about the animations, yada, yada, yada. They did the stuff that they would typically do to amp you up right in time for a celebration. 2 weeks before this, they also released a producer's letter. So they had a producer's letter and they had a producer's letter video. In the producer's letter, they kind of talk about login tickets and stuff like that. They talk about the 77 stuff. They talk about the Dokkan Scout. Really? Okay. Oh yeah, that was this year. That was 2 years ago. That was a giant mess. 77 special summon. So 2 weeks prior to day 0, year 7, letter. 1 day before day 0, producer's letter video. That was how things played out for year 7. If we go to year 8, 2 weeks before day 0, producer's letter. That's where we found out we're going to be getting 77 Dragon Stones. There was no video. They did not do a video for year 8. So people were wondering, are we going to be getting the same amount of stones that JP got? Because JP got 30 stones upon first login. They also got 50 stones on their live stream broadcast, totaling to 80. Global got that equivalent amount essentially through this producer's letter announcement that was 2 weeks before 8-year anniversary. The last video that happened during 8-year was back in May. This was May 15th, 2023, when they dropped details on not only they were kind of like, we were just getting out of Golden Week, and then we were going into learning about the standby active skill stuff for the 8-year anniversary. They talked about the countdown missions. They showed the character arts. think they showed the animations as well. And then they also talked about the missions that were going to be leading up to the 8-year anniversary. This was starting back in May, which was crazy. So year 7 was pretty on point. Year 8, not so much in terms of following the same blueprint, which once again reinforces my point. Dokkan trolls. So we are seeing precedent, but we're also seeing precedent be broken. So past doesn't necessarily have to be prologue here. But here they talked about the special missions. They talked about the countdown stuff. You can exchange the items. You get the special tickets and whatnot, yada, yada, yada. That was it. Now we are in year 9. Year 9, we have not had a video yet. The video will be this, which is already something that we've seen in year 7. The last letter that we had was back during the Frieza celebration. So the start of the Trap celebration right before the 9-year anniversary, Frieza's Dokkan Fest, we got information on the Frieza unit, the high difficulty event, and then we were officially introduced to the global 9-year anniversary characters. Of course, all of you guys watching, you already knew, but some people didn't because they don't consume JP content. I'll tell you, when I do JP videos, there's a sizable difference in viewership because my channel was built on global Dokkan, not JP Dokkan. So some people honestly just don't know. Some people like to not know, which is totally fine. I like to be spoiler free when it comes to the events, so I respect it. This is where they first revealed the characters for the 9-year anniversary. They go over the countdown missions, and they talked about the countdown packs that you never get reminded of and you could miss easily if you are like me. And what else do they talk about here? Oh, and then they do this little like Q&A thing. So they asked us to send in some questions, then they answered 4 of them. Some of them were kind of direct. Please give us info on how the operation schedule unification timing will be handled. We are planning to release information on operation schedule unification timing during the 9th anniversary campaign. We appreciate your patience on this matter. So we literally have to pay this off. That's incorrect use of literally. We have to pay this off. This has to be paid off. So this is one major clue as to why there is reason to suggest there's going to be more in this upcoming video than just the 9th year anniversary stuff. They talked about it in this letter. So this is kind of like the equivalent of back in year 7, they had a letter and a video. Both were required to be, you had to sacrifice the letter and you had to sacrifice the video to special summon the 9-year, to celebrate the anniversary, right? So we sacrificed our letter and now we're going to sacrifice our video and then we will special summon we will tribute summon our 9-year anniversary. Little Yu-Gi-Oh for you. That was, I horribly executed that. So now let's talk about other things regarding this special. Dokkan Now. It is called a Dokkan Now, not a producer's letter, not a Dokkan Now volume something. It is called a Dokkan Now special. That is also significant. The last time we had a Dokkan Now special is the video that is running right here, 10 months ago. If you recall, that was also when Worldwide Download announced the characters, revealed the characters for the first time, the awesome Dokkan unique animations, and we also got the official announcement, be it way too early in my opinion, that the unification was eventually going to happen with Global and JP. So they are also essentially following up this from last year. So I don't know. I feel like it's sensible to think they labeled these specifically for reasons. They're calling it a Dokkan Now special because these are some of the higher end videos. The Dokkan Now volume ones would happen for still hype celebrations, but not as hype. So this last one, volume 8, was for Saiyan Day. So we get something for like Saiyan Day, we get something for maybe like Tanabata. Well, Tanabata's pretty hype, but like Saiyan Day and I don't know, Heroes, something like that. They're hype, but they're not on the same level as like the big 3. The big 3 would be Anniversary, Worldwide, Tanabata, right? So those sorts of marquee celebrations would earn a Dokkan Now special, whereas the next tier of celebrations would get a volume. That's kind of how I see it. I feel like that's a pretty rational way to think about it. So the fact that they got the last one back in 2023, only to have it return now, really does also point to something regarding the unification coming up. And the last hint, and probably the most damning piece of evidence to suggest that something sync related is coming up, is in the summary of your in-game announcement. So if you have the global version of the game and you are reading it in English and Spanish, I believe, Proton, I think it was saying something like the German or the French versions, they don't show the exact same text, but whatever. Point is, in here, in the little summary, it says the latest 9th anniversary info on top of some international version exclusive info. So they are distinguishing between the two different things. When I first hit up Proton, I talked about the Air Dokkan tweet, because Air Dokkan tweeted out international version exclusive info was coming up. I felt like that was a little unnecessary to tweet out, because I originally saw that as just them being cleverly ambiguous, kind of just talking about stuff that has to do with the global version, meaning English. So I kind of thought international version exclusive info would literally just be the 9-year anniversary, but in English, right? Because the JP version doesn't have the English translations. Why would they? It's exclusive to global. So I kind of very cynically thought of it as something non-essential. But then when I saw this myself, the fact that they're actually distinguishing between the two different things, that leads me to believe there's definitely going to be something. But again, Dokkan likes to troll. This could all be a giant trap. So take it all with a grain of salt. I just think that it's significant to point that out. Could it essentially just end up being an EZA? Yes. This could all boil down to just being a global first EZA. And if it is, honestly, would you be surprised? Global has done stupider things before. It could totally do it again. It could be an EZA. It could be talking about how Cellmax is going to be integrated into part 3 of the 9-year anniversary, for all we know. It could be that Topo is going to be showing up at the same time as the 9-year anniversary, or some other crazy stuff. We have no idea. So when we get that video, we will know for sure. The URL has not been released as of me posting this video. It will be revealed at a later date on social media. I will try to update this video, or whenever I go live, just make sure you guys tune in, because I will be covering this. And also, we'll be getting 20 Dragon Stones. I don't think this is going to be all that we get, because that does not match JP's. JP got 50 stones during their broadcast. We only got 20 here. And then they also got 30 during the anniversary. So we're still down 60 stones. So are they going to give that to us in other ways? Probably. But for starters, they're giving us the 20 for having concurrent viewership. They want you to watch, is basically the point. They want you to watch because something major is coming up. How long were these videos? 20 minutes? This one was 17. Well, there you go. There you go. 17. Yeah. So it's definitely going to be like a 15-minute, 20-minute video. And there should be some good stuff coming up. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. In the comments, your thoughts and theories as to why you think that there is or is not going to be any sort of unification information in this video. Are you looking forward to anything, any announcement that they could theoretically make? Place your predictions in the comments down below, I suppose. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and remember to Dokkan responsibly.